So you want to create the document that is going to have the exact aspect ratio as your After Effects file. Mine is going to be 3840 by 2160. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to take the previous file, because this is too wide, place this here. We will separate these files into the foreground, middle ground, and background. I like to duplicate it, middle, ground. Naming your files is extremely important, and you will find this out later on, because each of these things are going to be animated individually and you want to know exactly where they're at. Okay, so this one's the foreground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this front one right here, and then I'm going to cut out this middle one, and then I'm going to have this background one, and then actually then the third one will just be the sky. Now, having each of these separate is going to be really important, because we're going to have these go deep in Z space. It'll be foreground, middle ground, background, and then the sky, and then we'll animate it from there. Go to the quick selection tool, and then I use the bracket open to the right so that I can have a larger click. Oh, looks like there's a house on the top right there. Alright, so it doesn't need to be every minute detail. You want to get most of it. It's not going to really matter too much, because all of those things are really high definition and it'll be cut out anyways in the background, so you won't even really notice it. I like to clean this up with the polygonal lasso tool, just so that we can have some straight lines here. So what I do is I go into here and I will modify feather 0.25. I will mask. Now you repeat that for the other three layers, the middle ground, background, and the sky. Looks like there's more houses up there on that. That's cool. Probably freezing. Alright, you're going to want to make sure that you cover more of the middle ground behind what this foreground layer is going to be, because that's what's going to move behind. And then a helpful hint, if you hold Alt or Option and then you click on the spot where you messed up, it'll actually take away the highlight. It is very important to save your project. Alright, and then you just format it as a Photoshop document. Now that we have the middle ground done, we will layer mask that. Alright, so one of the things that I want to show you is right here. So yeah, let's make this easier for you. Right here, you can see that I had this extra, and I made that extra because this layer is going to move behind. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to make sure that this right here is going to be what you would see on this other end of the mountain. So this is where it gets really cool. Okay, so we take this one and I hold Command, click, so that'll take that highlight right there, and then I will take that away. And now what I do is I will take this right here and I will delete, but then I will generative fill. Now I'm going to go in, I'll convert it to a smart object, rasterize it. Now I can erase. Make sure this is more definitive lines. We have combination, rasterize it, middle ground. Now we can do the same with this one. Convert to smart object and then rasterize it. Now the background is starting to come together. So here, if you go in and you press Command and click on here, and then Command Shift Invert, now what's highlighted is what that background layer is. You go in and you click the layer mask on the background, and now you have it right there. We will do Command click on this square. Now we will generative fill. Let's see if it'll do it as well as the other one was. It might not be able to do it as good. Now I just want to select here. Make sure I have everything. Okay, so to make this evened out, we want to keep everything here across the bottom, because it'll make it easiest to understand where everything is when we animate it. So we will mask that out, and then we will convert to a smart object, and then rasterize, and keep that as background. See, what you'll see is things will move. We'll expand them so you don't have to worry about seeing the edge, but we'll worry about that after. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to take everything that is here Alright, now with this we want to delete generative fill. I don't know, I kind of like that color right there. Yeah. Now that we have our layers separated and properly named, we can go into After Effects and animate them.